Hello, friends, and welcome to another Pauper League. Today we're returning to Madness Burn, the Rakdos list. So, been getting a lot of play lately. A lot of people have been looking at this list as kind of the successor to the classic Red Burn here in Pauper. And one of the reasons is that the deck has a lot of pseudo card advantage because we have quite a few of these madness cards. We're able to either cast them off of a blood token and draw a card, or cast them from Faithless Looting, drawing cards to replace them. So, in a sense, we are able to cast Lightning Bolt or Lightning Helix as a cantrip. Uh, very, very strong. This deck also has access to some powerful creature threats, Kitchen Imp, a 1 mana 2/2 flying haste creature, and then also a lot of lists have been playing Gurmag Angler recently, 5/5 for 1 mana. Personally, I kind of like Sovereign's Bite in that slot, but we're going to be trying Gurmag Angler for at least the first league and see how that goes. Otherwise, the sideboard, I haven't made any changes here since the last time I played the list, so let's hop into the queue and see how we do. Uh, Not a huge fan of this one. This is quite a bit better. Still kind of awkward, though. I think they're going to be playing Burn, I think is what we saw Good Key Monster play previously. But people in Pauper can change decks very, very easily. It's not like in other formats where you have to drop, like a grand plus. In Pauper, you can pick up a new deck for maybe $20. Yeah, it looks like Burn. Our start is quite anemic here. Did not want to mulligan to 5, though. This is so awkward. Why are my games like this? We should actually have a fairly good burn matchup. Some of our cards say gain 3 life. So, like the 6 life swing, it's very good. Hey, thanks for the follow, friend. Fireblast? No Fireblast. Now we can actually respond to the Curse of the Pierced Heart with Alms of the Vein, thanks to the Blood token. So if we get to our upkeep, Curse of the Pierced Heart is not going to kill us. Now if they just have Lightning Bolt here, yeah, we're dead. I don't think we need any of this. That definitely would have been a situation where having Sovereign's Bite instead of Gurmag Angler would have been nice. But, you know, that's just one game of one match. Gonna want a lot more data before I decide if I prefer Sovereign's Bite over the Gurmag Angler in general. The big fish is a strong threat, being able to attack with it turn after turn, potentially use it as a good blocker. This looks like a much better hand. Start with Epicure, then attack in with Kitchen Imp. Guess that does leave us open to a turn 2 Searing Blaze. Maybe it'd be better to go for Vampire's Kiss on turn 2. But then, like, we're missing out on that constant damage from the Kitchen Imp, you know, like, get that first turn damage, second turn damage potentially. Also, we don't have a good answer to a Thermal Alchemist right now, so maybe Kitchen Imp to get them to play that Searing Blaze turn 2 might still even be better. Gurmag Angler. What are you doing way over there and so small? Let's change that. Love it. Love drawing cards. That's why this deck is good. Alright, you have Searing Blaze? Looks like it, yep. 2 cards down for Angler. Okay. This is interesting. I think we go Vampire's Kiss Epicure here, although Fodder Tosser is pretty attractive. Getting closer to being able to cast that Angler. Oh my god. Meowmix Max? No kidding. If we had another Root Walla, another Pauper Walla, that would be something special. Instead, we got Kitchen Imp. Not even a Walla. Honorary Walla. Costs too much mana, though. But yeah, at that point, we'd be able to build like these sweet Gruul Madness decks, and that would just be awesome. Oh my god, Lava Runners! Let's prevent 2 damage. Get us to the point where we can cast Angler. So let's see here. That's 8 plus 4. Sorry, that's 4 plus 4 is 8. So we have 1 mana in addition. The thing is, we can't really like use a blood token, put Kitchen Imp down, and then still play Gurmag Angler because we don't have that extra card in the graveyard at that point. This costs 2 mana. I guess we'll just play Angler. Another Lava Runner. Damn. Those things are going to do damage. I mean, I got a block. That's why I played the Angler. Lava Runner's doing some work. Lava Spike me to 6. I need to gain more life. I'm going to die. This is supposed to be a good matchup. So they have 2 draws to find Lightning Bolts or Fire Blast, which is most of their deck. GG. Not a huge fan of this hand. This one looks a little bit better. Modern Age, been seeing quite a bit of play lately. Vampire's Kiss, get some blood tokens, get some artifacts. Another Modern Age. Ooh, we find a Faithless Looting. If I had an untapped black source here, I would go for that Faithless Looting right now. Didn't I change the position and size of you? Get over here. Now they're going to have a blocker now, a 2/3 flyer. Oh, Sunscape Familiar. Okay, so this is familiars. They could have a prohibit up. You can't prohibit Alms of the Vein. Not with one mana anyway. So let's see here. That's 4, 5, 6. So we're one mana off of Gurmag Angler. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3 artifacts. So I can play the Carnarium, return the Furnace, and hold up Galv Blast. Kitchen Imp, not going to be getting any more work done. Too many lands. Oh, they did have prohibit. All right, Fodder Tosser will finish the game in a few turns. Problem is that once Familiars gets going, it has a very powerful engine, so they can do a ton of work in a turn. And if they find Godfrow's Faithful, they could easily gain uncounted life in a turn. Yeah, Modern Age has been surprising me at how versatile it is. Oh, they're tapped out here. We had one more card. Well, Galv Blast is better than Fodder Tosser here. Let's go for 4 instead of 2. Alright, your turn. Have you dead when we draw step. So let's see here. We're going to be... It's so weird how these things have just coming in naturally small. We're going to be bringing in... we got a few cards we could bring in here. Spellbomb is really good. Trespasser's Curse is really good. You're going to take Ephemerate, sure. What is going on with my windows? Pyroblast is good. And Ephemerate there. Chaomancer, sure. What are you going to grab? Echoing Truth. So they get Echoing Truth, the Fodder Tosser. Good call. But they'll be tapped out, so I could still replay it? Hey, Simpletron. Yeah, it's a spicy meatball. Um, Kind of interesting how a lot of people have been picking this up as like a replacement to burn, just because it has like a little bit of card advantage to it. It's definitely becoming more and more mainstream as we go. They're gonna snap the Vector Glider. I have nothing to say. There's nothing I can do at any point here. Blood tokens require me to have a card. Fodder Tosser requires me to have a card. I should actually just be F6. There's nothing I can do. Oh no, Godpharaoh's Faithful! That's exactly what I was worried about. Now they can cast Echoing Truth in response to me activating Fodder Tosser and gain a life. There we go. Yeah, the funny thing is, Llanowar Zombie, I actually just lost versus Burn. And I was saying, like, this is a favorable matchup. We should have no problem. Died quickly. Do not be overconfident, I guess. I mean, what can I say? I've lost to elves with mono black control. Like I've lost against Tron with burn. Just because you have a very favorable matchup doesn't mean that the win is guaranteed. We know that. So we're taking out the Gurmag Anglers and Kitchen Imps. Opponent has Modern Age, which is going to easily be able to block the Imp, and they have Snap, which is going to be punishing on Gurmag Angler. So those are some easy cuts, and we got a lot of good cards to bring in. Would like to kill that. Oh well, can't do it this turn. Let's curse them. Pharaoh's Faithful, very good card against us. It's exactly the kind of card they're looking for. And with 4 toughness, very difficult for us to get off the battlefield. I guess we have Galvanic Blast. That's a 1-for-1 trade. One mana up with Sunscape Familiar, so they could have Prohibit, but I guess we got the Pyroblast for that, so let's go for Vampire's Kiss. Interesting tapping there. I figured for sure you would want to tap the Ash Barrens rather than the Plains. Oh well. What do I know? Could kill the Archaeomancer. Then again, like, Trespasser's Curse is doing work every time this thing hits the battlefield. Nice draw there. Yeah, I'll take one. Not like you have ninjas. Okay, back to us. So they got a blue mana open, so they could have... Well, they definitely have Prohibit. So we're not going to want to cast Bump in the Night into that, but we do have Alms of the Vein and Fiery Temper. And we probably want to cast both of those this turn because they don't have actual counterspell available. I guess they could have Negate. Oh, they're going to Hydro. Okay. Alright, so do we want to do 4 damage or kill this thing? Killing this thing, I think, is actually pretty high priority. Gains them a lot of life. So they get the Hydroblast back to hand. Another God Pharaoh's Faithful. And they have enough mana for the big Prohibit as well. Start with Bump in the Night. See if they counter that. Hey, Bench! Hey, thanks so much for the raid, friend. Oh, that's awesome. What were you playing, buddy? We'll cast that again later. Thanks a lot. Yeah, you like that? All right. One of my viewers redeemed channel point reward. Uh, they name like a facial hairstyle, and I put it into practice. So you can thank Blind Judge for this one. Hey, Chuck. Yeah, big raid from PT Bench today. So it appears that our opponent is pretty adept at the deck. They have basically the same amount of time on their clock as we do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty sure they have Blue Elemental Blast or Hydroblast in hand, so we're not going to cast this Lightning Bolt into it. Trespasser's Curse, doing work. Every Ephemerate costs you life. Oh, but that God Pharaoh's Faithful, getting a second one of these, they're going to get out of range of my damage pretty quick. I think I want to cast this Lightning Bolt so they only get one life out of the Hydroblast. Oh, that's a pretty nice one. With Fodder Tosser, I don't need to cast my spells anymore to do damage. Although with their Chaomancer Ephemerate, we might have already lost this game. Double God Pharaoh's Faithful, so they can like gain 2 life every turn at least, as they get back a cantrip with their Chaomancer, and then cast whatever they get from the cantrip. So I think we probably lost this game. Hey, Chuck, so you got the points for hats off? Or hats on? Here we go. Kind of hoping I might be able to get a new hat this weekend, but we'll see what happens. Official Hat of Champions, that's right. Need some madness cards to go with this Fodder Tosser so we can try and catch up to the God Pharaoh's faithful. Just always yield to that. I don't really want to always yield to those, but I need to go faster. Make sure that I don't get clocked out. I want to make sure I have, you know, like more time than the opponent on my clock. Because sometimes that's the way this game can end. Especially against this type of opponent, the Azorius Familiars type. Galvanic Blast. Oh, that's generally more useful to cast it. But then they can counter it. So we're probably going to have Fodder Tosser. I guess we could... Like, we could try to Galv Blast the Archaeomancer in response to the Ephemerate, but if they have a counterspell, that's so bad. This one's going to go for the long haul, friends. Although with another Sunscape Familiar, they could actually be at infinite life now. Ghostly Flicker, Archaeomancer, and land. So yeah, this is just infinite life. Actually, we should just go to 0. Oh, with the Trespasser's Curse, is it still infinite life? Yeah, because they're getting 2 life, and this is only taking 1. Yeah. They still have to kill me. I wonder how they do that. Is it just going to be like attacks with their critters? Hi, Chuck's wife. Hope your day's going well. Good times. What a wild time we live in. The TVs talk to you. Watch anything you want. People used to think you were crazy if you were, yelling at the TV, and now that's just commonplace. Alexa, play this. Alexa, do that. Everyone's talking to the TV now. Hey, stream team. How's it going? One other thing that Trespasser's Curse has really done for us is we're at 46 life. It's going to take a while for the opponent to attack that down. If they don't have a mill plan, I wonder if they can even kill us in time. Oh, breakfast sounds nice. Another Fodder Tosser. Second Fodder Tosser isn't going to do us any good. You think Modern is better or worse with the pitch elementals? Those pitch elementals. I am not a huge fan of them. I just get caught out by Fury so much. It's so painful. And I realize that this is entirely like I'm biased because I get caught by the cards so many times. If I were, playing Fury more often, then I would have a different, view of it. Like, I really like Endurance because I play that card a lot and it does a lot of good things for me. But I imagine Dredge players hate it and want it gone. So, I'm fully cognizant that I'm biased. They have 8 cards left in their library. I guess they can just like flicker Mortuary Mire so they never mill out. Echoing Truth on Trespasser's Curse. Oh, nothing I can do about that. Chaomancer targeting Echoing Truth. Echoing Truth targeting Fodder Tosser, so we'll toss some fodder. Ephemerate or Chaomancer targeting Prohibit. They have 3 cards left in their library. Like I said, as long as they know what they're doing with the deck, they can work through that. Negated. And here comes Prohibit. They actually only need 1 God of Pharaoh's Faithful. Yep. And Flicker the Archaeomancer in a land. They're also almost out of cards in their library. They only have 2 cards left, so I'm going to make sure they know how to flicker their Mortuary Mire. Okay. They were able to win at 0 cards left in their library anyway. GG. But we do have a good 3 minutes on the opponent on our clock here. They're going to have to finish game 3 in 7 minutes. It's all right. Kind of slow. Ooh, that's a good draw. Hey there, handsome. How's the chaos? Wow. Lots to do. That'll be cube number 4. That's a lot of stuff. Oh, the snap. That's pretty good. Untap their lands, get to recast stuff. Another Sunscape Familiar. Wow. Oh, you like the madness? Yeah, madness is getting a lot more traction in the format. Oh wow, no land drop? Yeah, me too. Familiars is such a pain. Okay, there's a negate. Could go for another Vampire's Kiss here. They need another negate. I think that's fine. Okay, cool. And we still have access to the Spellbomb, even though we wouldn't draw a card for it. If we need to Spellbomb, we can. This is pretty good. Yeah, no kidding. Thought we had a pretty good go of it last game, and then out of nowhere, they just like crush us. We're gonna use blood tokens to cast these on the opponent's turn. Oh, that's true. We could have like looted into another Kitchen Imp. No, we only have one Kitchen Imp in the deck right now. We took the other three out. Because opponent has like Snap and a bunch of other stuff to answer our creatures, so I decided to just really focus on the spells. Nice. Almost there. Lightning Bolt should be able to do it. Booyah! Whew, Familiars is a tough matchup, whatever deck you're playing. Opponent mulliganing pretty heavily here. They're mulliganing down to 5 so far, and they're keeping at 5. Alright, so we have to play this card first. I wish I could just tell you that just off the top of my head, but I don't keep track of that anymore, unfortunately. Ooh, Burning Prophet. That's interesting. Don't usually see that in Boros decks. All right, faces the place. Next turn we go Faithless Looting, Alms. Ooh, Faceless Looting, Alms, Kitchen Imp, maybe. Get that damage in. Paper Pauper decks are getting to be like $100. It's a little scary. Is it just me? I mean, like if you're playing Deadly Dispute, that card is a little bit pricey, that's for sure. Lotus Petal, there's definitely some cards that are expensive, depending on what deck you're playing, right? Like, I remember back when I was playing Mono Black Control, right? We had to buy Oubliette, and that card was like $40 or more a pop. So there are definitely some very expensive Pauper decks. You can still get some of them for pretty cheap, though. I do think that is something worthwhile to keep your eye on. Yeah, some old commons are very hard to find, it's true. Okay. And we have 4 next turn with Galvanic Blast. Burning Prophet in this deck, that's really interesting. You know what? I really like this idea. Just, like to have it as a scry. Just replace Seeker of the Way with Burning Prophet. I like that quite a bit. So many ways to answer. Um, my cup runneth over. Show them what they know, that they're already dead. Kill me, I'm here! Alright, so, playing against a Synthesizer deck. Trespasser's Curse could be interesting if they're playing, Rebirth. Smash to Smithereens is interesting. Do we remember what lands they played? I'm gonna quickly look here if I can see what lands they were playing. So So we did see artifact lands? Okay. I mean, Rustvale Bridge isn't really what we're looking for. More like Great Furnace or Ancient Den. Okay, they played an Ancient Den on turn 2. Okay, so yeah, we can play the Smash to Smithereens. At least get some value out of it. You know, like potentially destroy their egg or their synthesizer on our turn. Hey, Jay? Yeah, one of the things that I found with Seeker is that I was almost never gaining any life from it because as soon as Seeker hit the battlefield, the opponent would destroy it. And I was getting like no value. It was just a 1-for-1 trade. So I started playing, I can't remember the name of the card. I don't have enough time right now. I'll get back to that later. I just gotta take some cards out. I think maybe Epicure, no, maybe Kitchen Imp comes out because they're gonna be so good at blocking Kitchen Imp. All right, let's try that. So the card I'm thinking of, where's my Boros deck? Lunarch Veteran. This is the card that I've been using for life gain in the deck. And then out of the board, Dawnbringer Cleric. All right, let's get back into it. This looks like a keep. Bump in the Night. Burning Prophet. I'll play Vampire's Kiss, get some artifacts, Galv Blast almost ready to go. Be able to Galv Blast next turn. And this is one of the reasons why I really like Burning Prophet in this list, is because you're able to scry as you cast the Synthesizer. So they scry one to the bottom, and then they reveal Glint Hawk. They can Glint Hawk the Synthesizer to reveal another card. And if they hit land, then they're laughing. Electrickery, any good to drop the flyers? No, their flyers all have 2 or 3 toughness, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to get rid of the Kitchen Imp. Because they're just going to have better blockers. Oh, that's pretty scary. Alright, Vampire's Kiss, Galv Blast. Here comes the Synthesizer again. 1 card bottom with Burning Prophet. Reveals Lightning Bolt. They're going to need a red mana. They have it with the Great Furnace. So they throw off the Lightning Bolt, which increases the power of the Prophet. Now, granted, if this was Seeker of the Way, it would be doing more work for them, but I would have killed it with the Galv Blast, right? So it wouldn't have been gaining life from lifelink, it would have been gaining life from stopping the damage from the Galv Blast. Alright, so we don't actually have enough damage to kill them. Do they have enough damage to kill us? 6, 7, probably. So I kill one of their creatures there, so hopefully they can't kill me this turn. Maybe I should just kill the Prophet. This was, only 2 damage. Prophet is probably going to be able to do more than 2. Oh no, they revealed Dawnbringer Cleric? Gain 2 life up to 7? I mean, I still only need 1 spell, right? So I can Faithless Looting, try and find a Lightning Bolt. Alright. What do we get on top? Vault of Whispers. That's not the thing. Do I play the Vault? I can discard a looting to looting, and I only need one more spell anyways. Perfect. Discard Alms of the Vein and whatever. And Galvblast you. GG. Definitely like what you were doing there, opponent. Yeah, this looks keepable to me. Opponent mulligans to 6. Arbor Elf. Interesting. So this could be a few things. It could be walls. It could be Ponza. Could be... What else plays Arbor Elf? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Ponza. So maybe we just Galvblast this? Then again, maybe that's just like too aggressive. Maybe I want to keep this for the 4 damage to the face, you know? Face is the place. Wild Growth, it is Ponza. Oh, they're playing, I think they're playing Snap Bolt's version of the deck. Because it's playing blue, so I think they're playing, Ponza with, Muldrifter. Acid Moss is pretty good versus Karoo lands. I guess we're just gonna have to play one. Alright, so 2 mana. Do we Vampire's Kiss again, or go for Alms? Mold Shambler. Bye-bye, Karoo land. Interesting they're playing Mold Shambler in this list. Yeah, I like the Mold Shambler as well. I think it's a great card. I'm just surprised that they're playing it in the Mold Drifter list. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not playing red. Maybe it's just Simic. Yeah, I've used Mold Shambler to kill a few enchantments in my time. There's Altasaur, which can block the Kitchen Imp. Oh, I'm glad you think so, Chuck. I mean, if I were to say what I wanted about Pauper, I would say best format. So we're going to play this. Cannot attack with this. Probably use it to block the Mole Drifter or something. Maybe we'll double block the Mold Shambler. We'll see what they attack with. Oh, what? Cool. That's not a card I've ever seen before in the format. That's really cool. Now, if it had reach, still, like, draw 2 cards in green? Seems good. So you got card draw from Mole Drifter, card draw from Wood Readers, pseudo card advantage from Annoyed Altasaur. I mean, it's actual card advantage, pseudo card draw. Let's just block like that. I'm gonna want to try and get another chump. Just the land. Faithless. That's not what I'm looking for. Damn. Would have had the win if I hadn't played the Carnarium. And then there's this channel, even better. I've been trying to do my part to spread the good word of Pauper. So we should be able to survive this turn, and barring any life gain, we have enough damage. So much mana, though. Another Altasaur. Reveals Cultivate. Search your library for 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards, but one on the battlefield tapped and the other in your hand. Sure. Cool ramp spell opponent. Mole Drifter? Okay. Yeah, once again, Gurmag Angler. I mean, Gurmag Angler is actually kind of doing the most work it's ever done here just as being a blocker. So I can, like, block and kill the Altasaur. Galvblast you. Bump. Bump you again. Cool. All right, so opponent is playing Teamer Ponza. Most of our sideboard is not going to be very good. We could bring in Pyroblast, but what are we taking out for it, right? Like, Gurmag Angler is actually kind of good in this matchup because it's a decent blocker and our lands are going to be going to the graveyard. They're going to be helping us cast this. I think I might actually just leave the deck as is, no change. It's like, I don't want this. This isn't too good. I mean, it's like barely okay. Could potentially do something. This is not really good. This is okay. This is not really good. This is bad. So is there anything in the deck that's bad that I want to take out for Trespasser's Curse? I don't think so. I think everything's pretty good. I guess Kitchen Imp is kind of bad. But it's like bad in the late game, right? Mid-game, early game, it's fine. They're probably going to have Spider out of the sideboard. Alright, let's take out 2 Imps and bring in 2 Curse. I think Trespasser's Curse can probably do, you know, like 3-4 damage. Yeah, keep this. Opponent's mulliganing heavily here. Ouch. Oh my god, all the way to 3. Poor opponent. Alright, we still gotta be serious about this because I've been in situations before where I've underestimated the opponent's chances and been punished for it. Don't respawn. Thanks for the follow, friend. Oh, so you get to play Carouse. I play Carouse, you destroy them. Trespasser's Curse. Best time to play it, turn 2. Before they've played any creatures. Alright, so, I guess we'll play Epicure. Don't respawn, thank you for the Prime sub! The follow into the sub immediately. Thank you for the support, my friend. And enjoy the emotes. I made them myself. Mashmalovsky, hello, hello. Okay, and then we just pass here. Tried Mono White Heroic, and you're sitting at 03. Should have stayed in the practice room for a bit longer. Made some mistakes and could have easily ironed out a few more games. Also, the games feel, yeah, it is very similar to Bogle's. Except, you know, your creatures can potentially, like, they can have removal spells pointed at them, but you're going to have responses to the opponent's removal spells. Oh, thanks for getting you to play Yogg. Oh, fantastic. We're actually going to be playing Yawgmoth combo on the channel tomorrow if you want to come back. You can check some of that out, you know, like hot off the press, you know, like fresh. Alright, so we got 3 artifacts. Galvanic Blast is ready. I want to start with Faithless Looting. Okay, we'll discard Temper. And I don't think I want to discard or even like use my blood token here. Because I don't want to keep 3 artifacts. So we'll just waste that mana. No mana burn. Muldrifter, yep. Take a point for your Muldrifter. We get Vault of Whispers, interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could play Gurmag Angler. Can you even play one more thing because of the land here? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. No attacks. This is really impressive. This was a mull to 3. Temporal Spring. Put target permanent on top of its owner's library. On my Gurmag Angler. That's really good for them. Yeah, Gurmag Angler is just showing itself to be more of a liability than anything else. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we'll, like, use a blood token here, get rid of Gurmag Angler, get another Gurmag Angler, makes sense. Do I want to attack in? Maybe. And yeah, so between Mulldrifter and Woodreaders, they've done a good job on undoing that mulligan. Definitely should have attacked. Could have had them at 4. Oh, I like that. That's a nice card to draw. Fodder Tosser. Your time is limited. Alright, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we'll use a blood token. Alright. Two tosses of the fodder, and any creature from the opponent, as long as they don't gain life. Oh. Well, now I can attack in for that 1. Kind of seems like GG to me. Oh, and the Kitchen Imp? Okay, let's go ahead and play the Kitchen Imp. Put you to 1. 3 lethal attackers. You have 1 blocker. You can't play any more creatures. Oh, life goes on. If a creature died this turn. I don't think a creature died yet. Okay, but they still get to gain 4. Go to 2. So this is lethal again next turn. We're going to play Gurmag Angler. This is not a card you see too often. Usually people are playing Weather the Storm. Okay. Positive League. Feels like it's been a while. Definitely mulliganing this. This is playable. What do we get rid of? Dudes with hats. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people wearing hats on stream. Sometimes, you know, you can even make them if you have enough channel points. Outstando! Thanks for the follow, friend. So what do we get rid of? I really like the double Kitchen Imp. I think we might actually get rid of Fodder Tosser here. Although this is such a great finisher for like the last, 4 points of damage, it just gets there. I'll have a stretch while I think about it. Pretty close there in between Kitchen Imp and Fodder Tosser. Okay, Mountain to start. Kind of expecting opponent to be on Boros. I have a pretty good idea what I'm going to play for face-to-face. I just have to get the cards that I'm missing. Which reminds me, I have to call face-to-face to try and set up a deal. I want to trade off a bunch of my dual lands to get the pieces I'm missing for Yawgmoth. Yeah, Sacred Cat, Prismatic Strands. This isn't Synthesizer Boros. This is old school Boros, and that's worse for me. Okay, let's Faithless Looting. Go Kitchen Imp, Kitchen Imp. Yeah, that's my backup, Chuck. If I'm not able to put together Yawgmoth, I'll just play Burn. I'm very comfortable with that deck. And there hasn't been too many changes, so I'll be able to just grab like the couple cards I'm missing. I would definitely prefer to play Yawgmoth. What should you play in an upcoming Pauper tournament? What are your options? Oh wow, they're using the Prismatic Strands immediately. I mean, that's fair. Prevent 4 damage. Nice choices. Personally, out of that list, hot dogs. I think hot dogs is a really strong deck right now. But those are all fantastic choices. Very, very strong decks that you have to choose from. Hot dogs is a mono red Kiln Fiend deck. What am I going to do here? I want to attack all, lightning bolt something. I could even just play another Kitchen Imp. Yeah, Snuff Out is a pain. Although, what was it? The Hot Dogs decks that I've been seeing recently have been playing a lot of creatures. So, like, you snuff out one, then there's 2 more to deal with. The thing is, don't respawn. There's a lot of mind games that people can play. I don't put too much stock into that anymore. Sure, like somebody could figure out what deck you're playing from your sleeves, but you could also specifically set up your sleeves to be, you know, like a different deck, right? So because my sleeves have Yawgmoth on them, doesn't mean I'm playing a Yawgmoth deck. You know, I could be playing something else. I've done that with playmats sometimes, where I'll bring in, you know, like Vendilion Clique playmat and then play Burn. Yeah, writing something on the deck box to remember makes it easier to find whatever deck you're looking for, but, you know, also lets your opponent know what you're playing, unless, you know, you trick them. Oh, wow, that's so much life gain. The triple Lunarch Veteran and then Battle Screech. Wow. Gain 12. Nice. That is brutal. After all the work we did. Yeah, feels Batman. Oh, wow. Thanks, Donut. Definitely gonna want some Electrickery out of the sideboard for this. Ah, that's brutal. Hate it when that happens. Let's move on to the next one. Those Lunarch Veterans absolutely destroyed me. Alright, we're bringing in Electrickery, bringing in Trespasser's Curse. What do we take out? I don't like the Gurmag Angler. Too easy for them to block. Just throw a 1-1 in front of it for days. Could bring in Spellbomb. I like Spellbomb. You and I both had sad stories from that face-to-face event. Started out with a bye, won two incredibly difficult matchups, and then lost three good matchups in a row. The imps are okay against their flyers. The thing is, they have so many of them, they can easily, like, trade out two birds for a kitchen imp. Actually, now that I think about it, the Epicures don't seem very good either, but they are, like, ugh, they're enabling us, right? I'm pretty sure it was the last round, Donut. Opponent's on the mulligan. Just once, though. Ash Barrens. Goes gets Mountain. Ooh, Trespasser's Curse. Yes, please. Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm heading to the top tables. Wow, Chuck! Oh my god, thank you so much for the gift subs! Damn! Oh, that's awesome! Enjoy the emotes, everybody! Oh, thanks so much, Chuck. Basic Land Shark, making it rain. Has the bolt for the imp, sure. Another Trespasser's Curse. Yeah, we're going to throw that down. Hey, you two. Catch you next time. Thanks again. Underground Sea Shark. Oh, that's exactly what I was hoping I would draw. Rather use a fancy basic? What would be your preference? I like the Rebecca Gay lands. One, two, three, four, five. So we need that last land to cast Bump in the Night from the graveyard. Good choice. Good choice. Lunarch Veteran, pretty good at... yeah, they have the double, so now that counters out the curse. So they'll lose life, gain life. Vampire's Kiss. Yeah, that's true. Active player to non-active player. So these will go off first. So if they're at 2 and they play a creature, they will die. Yeah. Maybe I should have Faithless there. Try and hit something. I'll Faithless next turn. Maybe I'll just Bump next turn. Bump is actually really good next turn because then they can't play another critter. Yeah, that makes sense, Stream Team. Ooh. Ouch. They just got rid of two very important lands. There go my red sources. And no more bump. Oh, but I got Lightning Bolt. Boop. No more critters for you. Oh, that would have been better. You're right. I was just thinking I didn't want them to be able to prismatic strands in response. They were tapped out. They didn't have a what? Oh, thrilling discovery gained them the life. Okay, that's what happened. Yeah. Wii U, Wii U, Wii U, Wii U. I think I want to use the blood tokens. Because if I Faithless Looting, maybe I use this Faithless. Ugh. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we can bump in the night. Ah, but they're going to have the gain from Sacred Cat, so they go to 4. Oh, and Gorilla Shaman! This game is so good. So back and forth all the time. They can destroy all my blood tokens now if they want. And that dang Sacred Cat. Hey, thanks for the luck. Catch you later, stream team. All right, how about Electrickery off the top? How about that? Fiery Temper. Hey there, Blind. Django, hello? So we Fiery Temper them. They just gain the life right back with the Sacred Cats. Oh, this game was so close. Oh, that's true. We can loot it. And hope we get another spell we can cast with the looting. Maybe win the game. I almost don't even want to cast the Fiery Temper. I want to cast this. Oh, they have Prismatic Strands in the yard. Oh, wow. The ad Ramosian Rally doesn't even need to use the prismatic strands. Pumps up their team, gets extra life gain from the Sacred Cats. What a game! Sucks I'm gonna lose it, but wow. Tarmofire. Playing like a legend. And I think that's it. Honestly, they're back up to 12. They have the cast to keep gaining life. I don't think there's any way for us to come back. Good games, though. Good league. Pretty happy with this one. Alright, so this is the deck that we were playing today. Rakdos Madness with Gurmag Angler. Definitely had a lot of fun with this list. I am the type of Magic player that enjoys playing Burn, so having a new flavor on it is definitely my cup of tea. Um, I like a lot of the things that are going on with this list. Fodder Tosser, love that card. Um, Vampire's Kiss does a lot of work for enabling the rest of the deck, so does the Voldaren Epicure. Uh, I think the Gurmag Angler was probably the card that I'm like the lowest on out of this list. If I could find a good replacement for it, I think that I would probably take it out. I tried a league playing Sovereign's Bite, but absolutely crashed and burned that league. I don't think it was because of the Sovereign's Bite, but yeah. Results oriented thinking. That's how we work here, right? Definitely liking the sideboard. We got a lot of quality cards here. I'm not too sure on the Diabolic Edict, but I love the Trespasser's Curse. I kind of would like to maybe play another two Trespasser's Curse, maybe. So maybe like taking out the Edict, going up to four Curse would be nice. Yeah, otherwise, I would highly recommend this deck if you are looking to play a burn deck that isn't mono red here in Pauper, and you'd like to uh, take advantage of the blood tokens, which are pretty cool mechanic.